Lexus has just introduced their V8 powered 2022 IS 500F Sport. Now, in a day and age where V8 engines are becoming fewer and far between due to emissions and government regulations, most manufacturers are going to smaller displacement engines with forced induction. So to have a V8 in a sports sedan is quite refreshing. Now, the new Lexus IS 500 Sport with their 5-liter V8 produces 472 horsepower and 395 pound-feet of torque. Now, all that power will be sent to the rear tires only through an 8-speed automatic transmission, which is standard. It also has the same limited slip differential and adaptive dampers that are optional on the V6 powered IS 350F Sport. Now, that V8 engine will rev out to 7,100 RPMs and push you 0 to 60 in 4.5 seconds. Of course, with all that power, you're going to want a good set of brakes, and Lexus has that as well, with 14-inch front rotors and 12.7-inch rotors in the rear. The IS 500 does have several different drive modes in which you can choose from to configure your variable ratio steering, adaptive suspension, throttle maps, and transmission behavior. Now, to keep some of the weight down and performance up, it does have a set of 19-inch Enkei wheels that are 1 pound lighter in the front and 2 pounds lighter in the rear. That may not sound like a whole lot, but as far as rotating mass is concerned, it does make a big difference. Now, as far as styling is concerned, if you are familiar with any of the other Lexus F Sport models, this will look pretty familiar to you, as this one doesn't stray too far from that design. It does have that very large grille that you see on most F Sport models. It's very aggressive looking, very angular, gives it a nice mean aggressive look. The LED headlights have a nice sharp angular design, which also have the nice aggressive look to them. Now, although I'm not sure if they are functional or not, it does not state. It does have what looks to be lower vents in front of each wheel, which could possibly be for either brake cooling or some other cooling, but again, it does not state whether or not they are functional, so I can't exactly confirm that. The back of the car is very sporty as well. It's got a very small spoiler on the trunk lid, long LED tail lights that run all the way across the car. Always been a big fan of that design. Quad tailpipes that are stacked. Now, this one may be a personal preference. Some are going to like this, some are not. They have had this on other F Sport models in the past, and honestly, I'm kind of on the fence about it. I do love quad exhaust tips, but the stack design, jury is still out on that one for me. Leave your comments down below what you think of that. Now, the interior is another one that looks very familiar. I don't feel that a whole lot has changed. Now, there have been some nips and tucks and little things here and there that they've changed, but overall, it's still very familiar. I was kind of hoping for a little bit more spunk or a little more pizzazz to this new model, and I just don't see it here. The center stack, center console, it feels dated to me. Like, I feel like this could have been an area where they could have freshened it up a little bit more. They did put the floating infotainment screen up there, which is a nice touch. I'm glad they did that. The steering wheel is a nice design. I've never had a problem with the steering wheel. I do like it. It has big 10 and 2 grips. It has nice 9 and 3 notches. The paddle shifters, at least visibly, look nice. Nicely wrapped in perforated leather. I mean, again, I like the steering wheel. I like the gauge cluster behind it. You have the huge tachometer right there in the center, digital speedometer in the center of it, and you can configure that in multiple different ways as well. I mean, it's a very nice interior, but for the new design, I'm not 100% certain that I'm like completely wowed. But please take that with a grain of salt. Lexus does have very nice interiors. It's going to be a very comfortable ride, as was the past IS 350F Sport. Lexus says this IS 500 will go on sale this fall and will start at $67,000. So I need you to leave your comments down below what you think of the new Lexus IS 500F Sport with the 5-liter V8. Please don't forget to drop a like on the video, show your support for the channel, and hit that subscribe button on your way out if you haven't already. And I'll catch you in the next upload.